Sweet. Been a minute since I've been down the D. Jeremie Warner here with Rush Impact Marketing. I'm the CEO president. We've been in business for 10 years now, and I've been in the automotive industry right at 20 years. We are starting a vlog within our business and our team and our company to really showcase and document what we do every single week. The travel itself, the dealers that we deal with, the customers that we deal with, and just the day-to-day operations on how our event marketing company works and how we do business and how we generate as much business in 6 days that it takes a dealer 30 days to do. So that's what this vlog's about. It's called the Daily Rush. And on this trip, this first one, we start off in Charlotte, went to the airport, picked up some of my coworkers and the manager, headed out to Virginia, because in the state of Virginia, all the sales staff has to be licensed. So we made a trip up to Virginia, studied for a test, and then at that point, when we got to the Virginia, everybody took the test, everyone passed, which is good news. And there's 4 guys left. We went back down to Charlotte, and our next event after that is in New Hampshire. So the 4 of us went to Charlotte. We had flights out the next morning after the test. Rest of my crew that drove up to New Hampshire, and then what we call setup that happens on Tuesday happened the day after the test. So started in Charlotte, went to Virginia, did a test, drove back to Charlotte, flew out to Boston, hopped in a car from Boston, and then drove to New Hampshire to meet our client for the event that we're at currently right now. So that's kind of a 2-day window of traveling and what we have to go through to make sure that we're compliant for our events, making sure that, you know, every single aspect of the event, the marketing, the salespeople, the teams, you know, there's a lot of behind the scene things that we have to do as a company to make sure that we put the dealer in a situation where they don't have to have any issues during the event or after the event. So that's the first key with getting the testing, the traveling. So once we get to our events, we go through a day, what is called setup. And that procedure through setup is coming to the lot, booking out all the cars, putting it into our sales log, meeting the client, getting on the same page, putting a game plan together, going through some daily training with the sales staff, and preparing for the event. And then our events go from Wednesday to Monday. So I go back to what I talked about earlier, is we create 1 month's business in 6 days. And how we do that is by the way we market it, how we do our digital marketing, how we do direct mail marketing. and how we create a buzz and we create attention wherever location we're at. This week we're in New Hampshire. And by doing all those things with our marketing, it allows us to have mass amount of customers that come through the door. And take, for instance, this dealer here. They do somewhere around 60, 70 cars a month. And we're probably going to finish up pretty close to 50 this week. And it's all about the marketing and the setup and how we do everything that allows us to create that attention, create that vibe, create the emotion within the sale. So that allows us to do the things that we need to have a successful event. So now we're finishing up. I have a whole staff. We got one staff that's heading to Tennessee next week. We have another staff that's heading to Nebraska, where I'll be heading. So we'll be leaving this event, driving back down to Boston, staying in a hotel overnight, next morning getting up at 7, and then catching a flight from Boston to Omaha, Nebraska. And then we have 2 events going on next week. Like I said, one in Tennessee, one in Nebraska. And that kind of gives you the showcase and highlights of what we do. We're going to document everything. We're going to show you how we do it, why we're successful. We're going to bring some sales meetings to you guys. We're going to bring walk-arounds, and we're going to show you as a potential client, you as a fan, what it takes and the long hours that we endure to do what we do, that is called the road.
I'm serious. Sweet.